This is episode 17 of Real Occult, where we apply numerology and astrology to the material world. In this episode, we are going to be discussing why more women are naturally into astrology than men. Why do women gravitate towards astrology more than men do in general? And I believe you can look at numerology to find the answer, or one of the influences that creates this dynamic. So let's get started. In numerology, the number 1 is masculine, the number 2 is feminine. The number 1 starts something, the 2 energy comes along after and improves upon what was created. So if you think of a home, 1 energy would be the home being built, the house being built, the structure. 2 energy would be human beings moving into the home, moving into the house, moving into the structure, and turning it into an actual home. Cozy, comfy environment, filling it up so that it's enjoyable to be in the space. 1 energy erects the structure, 2 energy turns it into a home that you can live in and you enjoy living in. So, when you are born, male or female, this is, in general, your natural inclination. If you're a male, you're a starter. If you're a female, you're an improver. In general, once again, this is in general, because there are feminine men, masculine women, based on charts and numbers, personal charts and numbers. Women are also directly tied to the energetic cycles of the universe through their periods. I was trying to think of a better term and spacing on it. But through your cycle, you are aware that hormones and outside influences in your environment have impact on how you feel, on how you're able to perform in different phases of a female cycle. Once again, in general, there are different average strength parameters. Certain phases, women tend to be stronger than in other phases because of the hormonal cocktail that's flowing through their body. So as a kinesiologist, previously, before doing the numerology and astrology, how you would train a female who's dieting hardcore is different than how you would train a male who's dieting hardcore. Just like how you would train a female to gain muscle mass is different than how you would train a male to gain muscle mass, because of hormone cycles. Males' hormones cycle every single day. Up, down, up, down, up, down every single day. Takes an entire month, 28 on average, for that entire cycle to start and complete. How you would respond to stimulus and respond to external training is different when your cycle lasts across an entire, your hormonal cycle lasts across an entire month versus your hormones are cycling every single day. You have a fresh start every day. So because women are aware of this, they have a natural connection to this divine energy that's floating around in this ethereal plane that we're all living in. This energetic plane of waves and energy, frequency, vibration. Nikola Tesla, everything boils down to energy, frequency, vibration. Females have an innate understanding of this cyclical pattern of the universe. And so, naturally, when there's a science that helps describe what these sensations mean, women tend to be more acceptable of it, or at least more curious to learn more. Whereas the male paradigm, the starter, that one energy, is willing to fight the universe in order to erect and chase whatever they are attempting to chase and build and create, to fulfill their own one energy desire. So men, in general, are not as in tune with these subtle influences of energy because their hormones cycle every single day. So if they're in decent metabolic health, they feel relatively the same every single day. Whereas a female understands, depending on where I am in my own cycle, I'm going to feel a little bit differently. So, depending on where I am in the bigger picture planetary cycles, I'm probably going to feel a little bit different. Whereas the dude wakes up every day feeling the same, whether he's in a Mars transit or a Saturnian transit, doesn't really care. The female has an innate understanding that these outside influences, external forces, can have dramatic impact on the way you feel and subsequently what you do because of how you feel. Like I preface this whole thing, these are simply my beliefs from what I have come across interacting with women, interacting with men. In order for a man to have his curiosity piqued, you have to give ice pick, like a sniper rifle type of insight. Just snipe something out of their worldview that shatters their belief that none of this is real. It's all make-believe, because how can an external energy influence how I feel and how I act? But if you can snipe something out from their life 4 or 5 years ago, previously, that lines up within a couple of weeks of a planetary transition, saying, here's an example. I had a person I was giving a reading, and we're looking at their chart, and unbeknownst to me, this person had gone to rehab years prior. I'm looking at the chart, I'm like, okay, you probably had a massive life transition right around the 3rd week in March, because they were just coming off of a super hard transit. I don't really remember what I think they had a stellenium in their transit. I don't remember what it was, but they literally jaw drop, mind blown. How on earth can you know that? That was literally the week I put myself in rehab. The hardest thing I've ever done, in retrospect, was the greatest thing I had ever done. Whereas prior, this thing's a bunch of nonsense. There's no way. How can a planet influence what I decide to do? bam, true believer now. Because of this super, super specific insight. When interacting with women, even if they do not believe, they are, in general, more open to at least discussing the possibility of how these energies may influence action, how these energies may influence their emotions and decision-making process. So, just to wrap this all up, if you have been listening this far, I genuinely appreciate it. So to wrap this up, I believe you can look at numerology to gain insight into why, in general, females are more open and interested in astrology concepts. I do tend to find males a lot more interested in numerology, probably because there's less nuance to it, so it's a lot simpler. Takes less belief in cause and effect and divine spirituality and energetic principles of karma, for every action equal and opposite reaction, Newton's third law being carried over into your energetic and spiritual life. And so the male energy is a one energy. It's a creator. It starts and begins. The feminine two energy follows along and improves upon whatever is there, turns it into something beautiful and usable. And because of that natural inclination, women understand external forces and how they influence their emotions, their decision-making process, their actions better than men do, as you do not find too many females willing to directly fight the forces of the universe head on, whereas you find tons and tons of men who are willing to stand there and get pummeled by the universe, literally destroying their bodies, destroying their mental health, simply because they want XYZ and are willing to fight the universe to try to get it. These are my opinions and beliefs. If you believe something else, that's completely okay with me. If you would like to join other people interested in this topic, I run a online community focused on helping 20-year-old women, or not 20-year-old women, women in their 20s gain clarity around their purpose so that they can make better decisions and eliminate stress from their life by applying numerology and astrology. So if any of that interests you and you would like to, for free, hang out with a bunch of other people interested in the occult, head to skool.com, skool.com/real occult, skool.com/REALOCCULT. We'd love to have you. If you have any questions, you can always send me an email, tristan@realoccult.com. Once again, if you have made it this far, I genuinely appreciate it, and I will talk to you again soon.